You are a dirty little hooer. And you probably didn't even know. I'm sorry, that was aggressive.
Because it's true.
Hey, little chonks. Welcome back to another I Point Out Things That You Don't Want to Talk About. Yay!
We all love that.
Today, we're going to be talking about how your constant hoeing is messing up the world. What do I mean? Well, I have noticed a certain trend as of late, where a good portion of the population on the internet has turned into reaction
Whores.
And yes, I have to say it like that. Don't blame me, blame YouTube. Now, when I say reaction whore, I'm not talking about the people creating reaction content online. That's their job. They out there hoeing for the money, the way nature intended. No. When I say reaction
Whores.
I'm talking about you. And sometimes me. But mostly you. Let me give you a scenario to help you understand. Let's say you walk out your front door and some random guy scuttles his way up to you and says, "Women shouldn't be allowed to vote because they're in cahoots with the lizard people to steal koalas." What would your response be? Most likely, you would back up and then walk away as fast as possible. And you would definitely ignore that person every time you saw them in the streets. So why is it when we take that exact same guy saying the exact same things, but put him on the internet, your reaction is to be like, "Oh, this man is clearly misinformed. Let me take time out of my busy schedule to set him straight. That'll fix things." Why? Why do you do this?
Because you're a little whore.
And you might be thinking, what's the problem with me spending a ridiculous amount of time reacting to random nonsense in a feeble attempt to gain non-existent validation from strangers to fill the void of my unsatisfied life? I'll show you the problem. My ass! It's hideous. I'm sure by now we all know who this is and his infamous rise to stardom. There are endless videos about him on YouTube, so I'll just give you the gist. So this guy decided to make himself the biggest, loudest clown one could possibly be, which got him the attention of a lot of people.
Tons of videos of him from other accounts racking up over 11 billion views.
And out of all those people, he took the most vulnerable and the dumbest and funneled them into his pyramid scheme.
Over 100,000 people from signing up for Hustleversity,
or an MLM as the kids say these days, which made him an overnight millionaire.
which at $50 a month nets him $5 million a month.
And then everyone got all upset and was like, "It's the algorithm's fault." First of all, the algorithm isn't some villain that's like, "This'll destroy the world." Now, do corporations mess around with the algorithm's parameters in order to profit? Of course they do. But as a whole, the algorithm is really just a reflection of us. Like all technology, it merely amplifies what's already there. And if you don't like what you see in the mirror, I guarantee you, blaming the mirror will not solve the problem. And they started blaming the platform, saying, "Silence him! Ban him now!" Which they did, and accomplished nothing. Look, I know everyone's like, "We gotta stop him, and he's a menace, and blah 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 blah." And I hate to be the one to break this to you, but it's too late to stop him now. That can of worms has been opened, and we just gotta ride it out till its inevitable end. And it will end. And at the end of the day, it's really only gonna affect those people that I mentioned earlier. The most vulnerable at the time, and the dumbest. Which is sad, but it's really just a form of modern natural selection. If it wasn't Andrew Tate, it was gonna be somebody else that got him. And we have to remember that we are all responsible for our own choices in the end. So we just gotta bear with it. I personally find this whole thing very entertaining. But then again, I've always been a big fan of dumpster fires. The soft glow makes me feel warm inside. Now the question becomes, what can we do to stop other people from copying what he did? 'Cause they're gonna. Let's go back to that clown success chart I made and see if we can find the problem. Now, full disclosure, or really a tip for life, when you have a big problem, it's rarely ever the result of one issue. It's usually the result of many smaller issues, and in order to fix the problem, you have to address each one, which is why problems often don't get fixed. So let's take a look at one of the major contributors to
The problem.
right schmear. Over 11 billion with a B views. Now I remember the first Andrew Tate video that crossed my path. It was a couple months ago on TikTok. I watched it and went, eh. From that one video, I pretty much got the gist of what this guy was all about and what he was doing. No need to engage any further. From that point, anytime I saw his well-oiled shiny head pop up, I just swiped it away. And yeah, I had to do that a couple times, but you know what happened? I stopped seeing Andrew Tate videos pop up. Crazy! And I still don't get recommended his videos, even back a few months ago when he was at his peak popularity. Now, did you do the same thing?
Nope.
'Cause you're a dirty little whore. You watched his videos, then you watched more of his videos, then you commented on a bunch of them, and then shared them to your friends, because of course you gotta show him this idiot, right? And the algorithm saw all that engagement and was like, huh, they really must like this guy. Better send it to everyone else. And then it spread like a common STD at Burning Man.
Oh yeah.
'Cause y'all just couldn't stop being a little whore. Could you? If we all could have just treated his videos the same way we would treat the madman on the streets, he probably wouldn't be a big problem right now. We can't control what big tech companies are gonna do, and we can't control what each other's gonna do. The only thing we can control is how we react to things we come in contact with. And I suggest
You don't.
some helpful tips. Tip 1, you don't need to form an opinion on every single thing that comes in front of your eyeballs. Comes in front of your eyeball. I'm a child. No, but why don't you ask me what my opinion on furries is? What's your opinion on furries? I don't. Why would I spend my time forming an opinion on something I'm not involved with and doesn't affect me at all? Stop it. You don't need to have an opinion on everything. You could just see something happen and go, and move on. And then you can just ignore that thing wherever it pops up. It's really easy and it'll save you time. The most valuable thing you will ever own. Tip 2, just because a thought pops into your little head, you don't have to say it out loud. The other day I saw a man do a belly flop at the pool, and I thought that was dumb and it probably hurts really bad. Did I walk up to that guy and say it? Nope. Here's the thing, I kept it in my head.
Crazy, I know.
Again, save yourself some time and move on. Cause if you really want to stop the next Andrew Tate, my money's on this little pony. From the beginning, just ignore them and move on with your life. Andrew Tate has said this himself.
The smartest thing my haters could do is never mention me again. All you are doing is accelerating my endless conquest.
Or you can keep being a dirty little reaction whore. But if you're gonna do that, you gotta stop complaining and start enjoying the dumpster fire you helped make.
So toasty.
Okay? And that's all I gotta say. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a real one. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hitting that subscribe button not only makes you part of the Chonk family, but it gives you endless benefits. And yes, they exist. We just don't talk about it. And if you're already a little chonk, you know what to do. Comment below, hit that like button and that dislike button in that order, and I will see you someplace else. I gotta go express my opinion of why cats are better than dogs. Don't react to it. I bet you can't go a month without reacting, you little whore. Do with that what you will. Bye.